Hey, it's Webs here again, and it's time to trap some beasts and put them in a petting zoo with Secret Hunter, aka the deck that I made because I really wanted to run petting zoo and something, along with trying to come up with some unique ideas for a new hunter deck. Cards that are usually great to keep in your opening hand are cards that either generate you some more cards or draw you into other cards, such as Mystery Winner, Tracking, and Scavenger's Integrity. Inconspicuous Rider is also another card that could be quite useful to keep in your opening hand, and depending on which matchup, Explosive Trap is usually the main secret that you want to keep in your opening hand if you're going against some type of aggro variant that you can easily board clear. However, if you're facing a deck that doesn't really use that many minions, the secrets are actually kind of dead in the deck and they're only used to trigger off your petting zoo. Now, with that being said, let's get into the games. Alright, time for game 1 against Warrior. This isn't actually that bad of a starting hand, especially in this matchup. So we're just going to keep the entire hand. I am kind of worried about Blade Storms, since they could easily deal with our petting zoos if we even get one set up. So their quest line, that makes sense. It's very rare for anyone to be playing any other type of warrior. Just going to play the Demon Companion. And we get the best one. At least the best one in this case. They're just going to armor up, which is fine. We're going to play Scavengers to get a Pack Kodo. That's honestly the better option out of the two cards that we could have gotten off of it. Then playing a Cargo Guard kind of sucks. Going to play the Rider, get a Explosive Trap. So they're going to play a Reprecise. So maybe they're playing Control Questline. I guess that makes sense. I think that's the format that's actually getting more and more popular in recent time. Just going to see what we get off the Pack Kodo, get to open the cages. And I guess this is before I open the cages in the main deck itself. We're going to kill the run minion on board. Great. I'm going to open the cages, then play the Pack Kodo. Grab the Explosive Trap. Usually the secret is always the option to choose whenever you play the Pack Kodos. However, there are a few cases where you wouldn't want to. The Ringling rifle is a great example since it would be 2 secrets for the price of 1. Just gonna kill their minion with a Rhino. Since Hunter has no way to actually heal, then we can coin out a Pack Tactics. The good news is next turn we should be able to get a petting zoo with 4 Striders. The bad news is they could have Blade Storm since they're more of a control variant of questline. We're going to play a Sword Eater and probably try to get rid of our Rhino. Playing a Fishy Flyer, interesting. Maybe they have Zoth in the deck? Kind of makes our Pack Tactics useless though. Gonna grab the Pack Tactics that we just generated and then draw 3 cards. The reason I didn't include Mankirk is because I always wanted to have Petting Zoo off of this Kodobane. Though you could include Mankirk, he is a nice minion. Just cut like a Pack Tactics out of the deck or maybe a Wounded Prey or something like that. Or even if you wanted to go more down the secret route, cut out the Trampling Rhinos and add in Mankirk and, I don't know, some type of direct damage. Trying to tracking, which is good. But we do want to play some of our secrets in order to play a petting zoo next turn, or even this turn. We could have played the Wound Prey and killed the taunt, but oh well. Reaper Scythe, that's actually something that I didn't consider. They're just going to be able to kill all our Striders. That really does suck, though. Well, the good news is we can refill our secrets with a bunch of other secrets in our hand. The bad news is we can't actually have a third petting zoo. Just going to hero power because we're kind of trying to race them for face before they complete their quest line. The good news is they don't have a second Reaper Scythe, or third, I mean. Bad news is the Troublemaker could actually do a lot of damage to us. But we are generating more and more minions, which is great. And they're just going to take 3 damage to face. I mean, I guess it makes sense. 2 of the snakes eating up our opponent's Troublemaker spawns is actually really good news for us. We also draw into the Ringling's rifle, which is even better. Gonna grab the Wound Prey. Open the cages. And we're so close to lethal. We're only 1 off. We honestly just have to survive this turn, and then we'll win. We do have 20 HP, so I don't think that's going to be much of a worry. Oh man, the best finisher, though, is when you get an explosive trap to finish off your opponent. That's always funny. But in this matchup, I don't think I can reliably just pass the turn in order to get an explosive trap to do that. That would just be suicide. We do get them pretty close to lethal, though, with our explosive trap. And now we can just either hero power or attack with our hero. Alright, time for game 2 against Druid. Just going to keep everything in the open hand. So keeping the crossroads is kind of sus. Especially because we don't actually have any secrets in our hand, but tracking should be able to allow us to generate a secret if we play it. We are running 6 secrets, so there's actually a high chance of generating one off of any tracking in the deck. Going to get the freezing trap. Oh, I remember this game. So it looks like they're token, probably. Or maybe just aggro. Just going to hero power. Okay, so they're aggro taunt. That makes sense. Going to see which demon companion that we generate. If we had generated the one with charge, we probably would have charged into the taunt and then used our arcane shot in order to finish it off. So them having a watch post kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Here we can do a couple of things. We can finish off the taunt, or we could use our Ringling rifle in order to finish off the taunt, and then hopefully get an explosive trap. Oh look, an explosive trap. I guess it is a 50-50 shot if you do generate one or not. That doesn't kill off the watch post though, however, which sucks, but oh well. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to use the arcane shot here in order to get rid of the watch post. We can deal with adding 1 cost to a few of our cards, but the more that we add 1 to, the more annoying it gets for us. Just going to grab the pack tactics. So here they're going to trigger our pack tactics, which gets us 2 big minions. Kind of feel bad for them. We have more ways to generate more secrets in our hand, and we also have a actual secret in our hand. I'm going to play probably the Wounded Prey to get rid of some cards on our opponent's board. I could have killed the 1/1 there, and then it wouldn't be able to bounce back, but at the same time, it bouncing back is funny, and it also allows us to buff up our minion. They're going to play a squirrel, and our mule. Trying into tracking, which is cool. Gonna grab the Kodo. Play the Kodo, get another rifle. So their token, oh, I was going to say token without all the buffs. Oh, I guess they're actually aggro taunt, but with less taunts than I would have actually expected. Gonna see if we can get our explosive trap out of the deck. No, we got the pack tactics. Gonna grab the explosive trap though. This is really becoming how many explosive traps can we actually trigger in one game? You could say our opponent is having an explosive surprise. Huh? Oh, drawing into the explosive trap. I wonder if there's actually a way for us to get lethal by using an explosive trap. That'll bring it down to 5. Oh, there's another explosive trap. Don't even need to play the one in our hand. So we get lethal no matter what here. Druid doesn't have any way to actually generate healing for that amount. I guess they could have had armor, but oh well. Alright, now that we're through the games, let's discuss how well the deck did and why I built the deck the way I did. So overall, I would say the deck performed actually really poorly. There's actually a very clear reason why that it performed poorly. Secrets that hunters have access to all focus on doing stuff with your enemy's minions or with your own minions. However, in a meta where not everyone's running a bunch of minions besides like questline warrior, these secrets are basically dead and they're hard to actually want to include in a deck. That's why we don't actually see Secret Hunter running around much. There is an upside to this though. You can always get a bigger petting zoo if your opponent can never trigger any of your secrets. However, you're still running a bunch of dead cards within your deck, which is kind of depressing. However, with that being said, I can actually see the potential behind the deck if the metagame shifted away from a bunch of spell-based decks or introduced a new secret that did something with the spells for Hunter. However, I don't know if that's actually going to happen. It could. It's been 2 sets since we've actually seen a new secret introduced to Hunter as a class, which means there is plenty of room for them to actually introduce one. Maybe even a new legendary that goes along with the secret cards that are currently in the meta. We already have Ringling's rifle, which does that. However, we don't have any type of real big payoff besides Petting Zoo, which can easily be cleared right now. The crossroads were actually pretty useful in the deck as they actually could combo off in matchups where there were minions attacking into your minions. The pack tactics, however, again, it runs into the same issues as I said before. I actually had early on tried to keep in one of each secret, but I slowly realized that because of how the secrets were always being triggered, I'd rather just have 2 copies of each of the relatively good secrets in the deck instead of having 1 copy of both Freezing Trap and Pack Tactics, which actually greatly improved the win rate from that point forward whenever I actually needed to trigger the secrets consistently. The idea behind the Pack Kodos was that you could sometimes generate another Ringling's rifle off of them or even more secrets, thus allowing you to get a bigger petting zoo with the amount of secrets that you're actually running in the deck, which is also the reason why we're running Scavenger's Integrity. The Rhinos are also just an alternate win strategy in case we just need to finish off our opponents quickly. Though another card that might do some direct damage, such as aim shot or maybe piercing shot, would be a better opportunity in the deck. With that being said, I would not honestly recommend picking this deck. Sure, a lot of these cards are common or actively used in modern hunter decks, but it doesn't feel right to recommend a deck that performed this poorly. It was still a fun deck, don't get me wrong, it's just needs a different metagame to be any type of relevant. Now, with that being said, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, subscribe, and a comment down below, and until next time, bye bye.